John, apart from a suspension, how's the squad looking?
We'll have to just we have our normal meeting with the physios on a Monday, so that's the assessments are still in progress, but we'll just have to look at what we've got. I don't know whether his hamstring was tight on Saturday, so that's why he came off the bench when he was named on the bench. So we'll have to see about him. But other than that, I think most of the others came through unscathed.
Just on the sending off, I suppose you'll have had an opportunity to look back time and again if you've wanted to look at it time and again.
Yeah, it's mad because at the first glance I thought he's gone in to shoot. The lad's nicked the ball and he's just followed through and caught him. Well, look at it again, he has gone in to shoot, he is in the action of shooting. And at the last minute he thinks he's not going to get it, he spins round. He lifts his leg and he catches him with the back of his knee in his stomach. It's a red. You know, I thought, and I spoke to the ref after the game, and I thought the referee should have shown some empathy for the game. But when you look back at it, you can have no complaints. It's a sending off, and I think Liam will be disappointed that he's got himself into a bit of a muddle. I still don't think there was any intent or any maliciousness in it. I think he's just got himself into a situation where he thought he could shoot, realised he couldn't, and tried to get out of it, and chose the complete wrong way to get out of it. And you know, once you lift your leg up into someone's stomach, even if you catch him with the back of your leg, it's going to be a red. So I don't think we can have any complaints.
In the heat of it, watching it, and you're having a look at it, did you fear the worst a minute?
As soon as I seen him go in, and it made quite a noise, and I don't know whether that was the other legs colliding shin pads. But no, you know, what will be interesting is it. You know, we fell foul of this surrounding the referee law on numerous occasions this season. We've been fined. Well, 11 of their players, including the goalkeeper, all made a beeline to the referee. I don't know, you know, you're trying to win a game, and I've got nothing wrong with that. But every one of their players was at the referee, so it'll be interesting to see if they are charged with that.
I know you've been at pains to say in recent weeks, last few months, about the number of sendings off, and people will label you. Does Saturday's incident not help that from the outside?
No, it doesn't help us at all, and I still don't think it's a malicious challenge. It's one that's got to be avoided, and Liam's got to learn from that. You know, and that's the harsh reality. He's a young kid whose shoulders inexperienced it. And their lads, you know, read the situation, and it has, you know, I'm not attaching any blame to their player, by the way, but their lads read the situation, and he knows he's getting there first, and then, you know, why wouldn't you all appeal for a red card? You're trying to win the game, so I've got no issue with that at all. But it's disappointing. It's happening too regular now. You know, and we have been unlucky several times. On that occasion, I don't think we're unlucky. And it's just, you just get the feeling when it rains, it pours. We've made a couple of subs we made a sub, and then we've got a plan in place for half time. We're just trying to get to half time, and then that happens, and your old plan that you got for the second half goes out the window.
Have you got to draw a line under Saturday now?
100% we have.
And not forget it happened, John, but learn from it and crack on now, because there's 5 massive games.
You've got to put it to the back of your mind. If you dwell on that, you're going to be in trouble. We can't do anything about it. We can do something about Tuesday, and that's all we can focus all our efforts, all our energy on. The fans deserve that as well. The fans deserve us not to be wallowing in self-pity. We've got to stick our chests out. You know, we let the fans down on Saturday. I didn't think we started the game anywhere near like we should. I think we were disjointed. We didn't take the game to them any stretch of the imagination. They took the game to us. They could have scored before they did score. Very, very debatable goal, you know. And I feel for our centre halves in a way that when someone's looks as though he's 5 or 6 yards offside and lets the ball go through his legs, and that isn't flagged, I feel, because you're not going to run back and try and play him onside. So it's difficult one. You know, you can't. It's inconclusive, the video. I mean, Jack Marriott looks a couple of yards offside as well when he scores, but there's no point moaning about that. That's just something that's happened. It was a freak incident, as was the second goal. Very freak incident. You know, the first one could have easily been disallowed. Second one's a freak incident. Tommy hitting nuts, and then the deflection takes you under Lucas. But we're not looking for any excuses there. We were very, very poor. Defensively, we were all over the place. And as I said before, our fans deserve better than that. They deserve us to be, you know, solid and fighting for our lives. We didn't give the impression that we were fighting for our lives. That's something that's got to change tomorrow.
We hear a lot, John. People talk about Easter. People talk about the game after that. Maybe the game after that. Well, it's not the case that things have been decided anywhere near Easter this year, is it?
No, it's not. But we all season we've been peaks and troughs performances, and if ever you have a snapshot of a game, probably define your season, it's Saturday. You know, we go 3 down with 10 men. Then we somehow managed to get a goal. Great goal by Michael, you know, instinct header. Then Tommy scores a smashing goal. We've got them on the ropes. For that 7 or 8 minutes, you forget that we've got 10 men and they've got 11 because it's one-way traffic. We have a couple of wonderful opportunities to put the ball in our box and we overhit it. And then we fall for a sucker punch on the break. And then, you know, then 5-2, then, you know, gives yourself, it doesn't look good. If you'd gone down on your shield 3-2 with 10 men having been 3-0 down, people probably wouldn't hurt as much. I probably wouldn't hurt as much. But you're still losing the game. And so you've got to, if you're 3-2 down, you may as well go all out and get beat 5-2 as get beat 3-2. Just don't accept 3-2. And be fair to them, they did try. They did, you know, ask a few questions. And as we have numerous times when we've gone down to 10 men, we don't want to go down to 10 men. That's the harsh reality of it, and it's happened too much to us this season. But there was a snapshot in that second half that shows that there's passion, there's fight. We've got to take that into 90 minutes, keep 11 on the pitch, defend properly, and then hope that luck goes your way like it did against Port Vale.
Is scoring first a big thing?
Massively.
Are you seeing confidence drop or drain if you go 1 down or not?
Yeah, I mean, you look at, there was a couple of big incidences, possibly a pen on Mitch. Aaron heads the ball wide from a corner that could have easily gone in. Straight after they score, we put a great ball in the box. Sean McConville's about an inch away from heading it in. And them just little fine margins. I don't think anywhere near we could dress it up that we deserve to get anything out of that game. Have a look at the game as a whole. I think Fleetwood were better than us, which is disappointing because they were miles better than us away from home when they beat us, but only in the second half. And so that's alarming that we can go from a team, and I know we're disjointed and we're changing, chopping and changing all of that, but we didn't defend anywhere like we should do, like we can. And ultimately, I have to take the responsibility for that. You know, I'm the one who picks the team. I'm the one who sets them up. I'm the one who signs them. But I can't play for them, and that's not throwing them under the bus by any stretch of imagination. I know a lot of our players can perform better than what they did. It's sometimes the holy grail for a manager, getting them all to play well at the same time and not carrying anyone. And unfortunately, every week we seem to be carrying 3 or 4 players.
And we said that Fleetwood, in reality, didn't have masses to play for before the game on Saturday. It didn't show, and you said before the game that they're a dangerous opponent because of that.
Of course they are, and they've got fans who are desperate to win, and they want to put a show on for the fans. And you get your tail up if you score early on, that's for sure. But we're inviting teams in to put pressure on us, and we've got to stop that. We've got to be solid, we've got to be rigid at the back, we've got to give the fans something to be enthralled about, and I don't think we're doing that enough.
Peterborough have got loads to play for coming this week, haven't they? Particularly after a defeat on Saturday.
Yeah, they have. We'd like to think we've got more to play for than them. So it's another game, and it's a wonderful opportunity for us to get to do something. And I think we are capable of doing something. We've got to fight and fight and fight. And we've got to draw a line on the Saturday. There's nothing we can do about that. We can't ever go back to that level of performance. And hopefully we will get the right response on Tuesday. And
just on, I don't want to keep harking back to it, having a sending off, John. Do you have to talk to the lads at all to say, look, if you are 100% going to go and have a really good chance of winning this tackle, you must go for it, but under no circumstances try anything that might result in the referee showing you a red?
We've had a couple of chats with Corley, and it's difficult to knock that out of his game, because that's what makes him such a good player, and I think he's the envy of a lot of clubs at our level anyway. If they haven't got a player like that, sometimes he oversteps the mark. We have had a word with him, we having several more words with him. And as he gets older and as he plays more games, he'll get wiser. He'll get cleverer, he'll get cuter. You've seen how much it means to him. He throws the mask aside and plays for the last 15 minutes of the fair, just before he got sent off, but out of us. That's 2 weeks into coming back from an horrific injury. That shows you the character he's got. That shows you what that lad's about. And we have to admonish him, and we have to let him know that that's unacceptable, that type of challenge, and hopefully he'll learn from it. But we can't take the fight and the spirit out of him, because that's what makes him such a special player.